Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate it. Happy holidays to all of us. Because regardless of whether our religious or spiritual tradition actually celebrates a specific holiday during this week or not, we're always able to make any day a holiday. So happy holidays to all of us. The question that came in advance was, what's the best Christmas present to ask for? It gives us an opportunity to think about so much. Now, it was asked in the context of Christmas, not what's the general best present, but what's the best Christmas present to ask for. But of course, it applies all the time. Nonetheless, in the context of Christmas, I started thinking, Jesus Christ was born in a very, very, what you could call simple, austere environment. He was not born in a palace. He was not born in a castle. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was born in a very, very simple environment. He became a carpenter. That's what he was. And I mention this because most of us, when we think about general presents, Christmas presents, birthday presents, any present, it's always about how can it be the most expensive, the nicest, the glitteriest, the new model of mobile phone, or the new this or the new that. Because then, if I have that, then I'll be happy. Then I'll have everything. But interestingly, throughout all of our traditions, because I then started thinking about the Hindu tradition, where in the song that we sing on the banks of Ganga every night that Puja Swamiji was just singing, there's a beautiful line in which the theme of the song is that the highest love is love for God. But there's a line in the song that mentions how Lord Krishna, divine on earth in the Hindu tradition, gave up a fantastic feast, a super spread at the home of Duryodhana, and instead went and ate simple food at the home of Vidur, a poor man. But God himself, Lord Krishna himself, went to Vidur's home. And then, of course, we have the story of Shaburi, the poor village woman who sang and sang and sang and prayed and prayed and prayed for Lord Ram, the divine in the form of Lord Ram, to come to her house, and he did. And he actually showed up on her doorstep. Poor village woman with nothing except love and devotion. And I was thinking about these three. I was thinking about Jesus Christ. I was thinking about Lord Krishna going to Vidur's home instead of Duryodhana's. I was thinking about Lord Ram going to Shaburi. And I realized that we're being given very, very specific messages here. Which is, it's not about the outer trappings. It's not about the palace. It's not about the castle. It's not about the luxury. It's about the purity of the heart. It's about the divinity of the self, or rather the access to the divinity of the self. And that is what makes us. Whether in our mind we think about, I want to actually be divine, or whether we think, God, I want to see God, whatever our most yearned for spiritual experiences, we're being given it in a very beautiful way, which is it's not about the degrees you have, it's not about how fancy your clothes are, it's not about anything except the purity of your heart. And so the best Christmas gift to me, thinking about all this, is a pure heart. Because a pure heart is that which attracts to it like a magnet everything else. You could buy expensive items. You could fill your shelves with expensive items. You could fill your driveway with expensive cars. But there's no connection between that and happiness or peace or meaning in life or anything we're looking for. But that pure heart, in so many stories of so many different religious traditions, that pure heart is that which actually, as a magnet, pulls everything else toward us. So, on this day, whether we celebrate Christmas or we don't celebrate Christmas, any day is a wonderful opportunity to change how we think. So whether we're changing it because it's Christmas and it's a holiday, or we just change it because I'm here on the banks of Ganga, and so it's a holiday. It's a holy day. It's a celebration. How can I make purity of my heart, of my mind, that which I'm looking for? The core of who we are is pure. Every single one of us. Who we are inside us is pure. We've been created by the divine. So I don't care how badly you failed an exam. I don't care whether you lied to your parents. I mean, I do care about that. You shouldn't do that. But it doesn't change the purity of the core of who you are. No matter what we do, no matter what we achieve, no matter anything, the core of who we are is pure and divine. But what ends up blocking us from that, what makes us suffer and be miserable and depressed, is our minds. The minds that play games. And so if we could get the Christmas present of a pure heart and mind, such that all I longed for was the divine. By any name, any form, it doesn't matter. But if all I'm longing for is deep wisdom, deep experience, deep knowledge, purity, love, that becomes everything. Otherwise, we end up running around chasing so many different things. If I just could look like that, or if I just could get invited to that party, or if I just could own those things, or get that person to like me, then I would be happy. Then I would feel okay about myself. But what these three stories together tell us is that all of everything goes to those who are pure, to those whose minds are pure, whose hearts are pure. That's all we need. It's not about the makeup, it's not about the jewels, it's not about anything, it's only about the purity of the heart. So it's about coming back to that. So it's a beautiful opportunity to think about that. To ask for that if we are asking, or rather to find it within ourselves if we're turning within to find.